Hi, this is Anonymous Ham. I'm going to remove these mods. A really cool feature of this game is you can go. There's a Steam Workshop available, so the mods are very easy to get and enable. As you can see, I have quite a bit. I was just experimenting. I'm gonna have to reload this real quick. So what is? I hope. Well, Dark Souls right now is not working and it's crashing for some reason, so I decided I was going to go on and start a different game. I recently picked up Banished and I am loving the game immensely, so let's just jump in. So what Banished is a city builder. So I mean, if you like city builders, I hope this game is for you. I'm going to name this. I don't know what a good name is. Let's just go with something easy. Let's go with Whiterun. Obviously, I'm not going to make it like Whiterun. That'd be way too much of a pain. I'm going to go with the seed 304, 363, 68. Or 641, I think. I have liked the seed before. It might not be the same one, because the other one I had on medium and stuff. So I'm going to put fair. I'm going to turn disasters on for the sake of the video. And I'm just going to leave it on easy as just a beginner. So let's just jump in. Oh, these loading screens are ridiculous. So, I would like commentation on the audio and everything else. If the game is too loud or, you know, stuff like that, which would make sense. So this is not the same map seed, but what you want to do is immediately pause the game when you get in. And what I like to do is just open up these windows, put this one over here, this one over here, and this one beside this one. Now what I immediately like to do is raise that, raise this to 6,000, raise that to 200, and raise the clothes to 150. Actually, for right now I'm going to leave it at 50. And raise the logs, the stone, the iron, and the fuel, and the coal. I'm going to raise it to about 500. I mean, you can pull up your map if you want to, and you can jump around, but I don't really like the map too much. So we start off in easy mode with a stockpile of that, a barn with some coats, iron tools, and potatoes, and 5 houses. And here's our professions for laborers, builders. Laborers basically just do anything that needs work. Like if I was to say remove a giant area, laborers would do that. We have our farmers and our herdsmen, etc., etc. So what I like to do at the beginning is start with food production, which a really good one to start out with is a gatherer's hut. Now what you would like to do with this is put it in a very dense forest, with the circle that it can reach in as much as you can, but I don't want to build it too close to my city, because I'm going to start clearing some of that stuff, and you need constant trees. I feel like I can put it there and expand this way. I feel like I can do that. Or I can put it over here with a forester's lodge and start making trees, or actually expand my city this way. Now, I think I'm just going to put it here just because in the early game this is going to be the best spot to put it. And what you want to do right beside it is put a forester's lodge. Now if I can, you can zoom in a lot. Now if I can just see where that plot is, there it is. I am going, let's see, I wish I knew where the door was, but I'm going to put the Forester's Lodge there, turn it around, and put one right here. You can use E and Q to do this, and T and R is what rotates. Now, so here's a Forester's Lodge, here's a I'm going to let those build first before I start putting in dirt roads. An easy way to start off with cattle, or chickens, or sheep. Cattle is the best one to start off with by far, in my experiences, because you get leather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign 7 builders to build all that stuff. And what I want to immediately do is harvest the stone. I want to harvest all the stone and iron in the area of the gatherer's hut so that it can have as much as it wants, as much room to have the I'm just gonna cancel removing that because it's not in there, it's not in the area, but so it can have enough trees to get as much food as possible. So right now I'm gonna have 5 laborers clearing all that and 7 builders building everything. Now I just like to go for 10 times as fast as I can. It's just easier this way. As you can see, it goes pretty quickly. As you get farther in the game, it gets a lot more rough with the food supply and wood, and just it gets very rough very quickly, surprisingly. Now, when they're building, they have to remove everything around the area that it's built on. So that's kind of a pain sometimes. Now, you can see where I'm going to put the road. So I'm just going to come over here. You can get dirt roads or stone roads. Stone roads cost 1 stone per unit of length, which is not very much. It's just one little square. And I want to extend this about to here. I'm going to pause that so I can get some gatherers as soon as possible. I'm going to extend it out to there and then make a dirt road going into there. And then I'm going to take out these because I only need 4 builders. Adding more won't help unless you can, that's the only way you can make more of something, and you can't do that with those. So get 4 gatherers. So now they're going to be gathering food while I do everything else. Now you see, I did a very bad placement considering the door is over here. But what I'm going to immediately do is build some houses over here, like that, so that the workers will move into these houses. Pausing it's a very big start and pause game to do stuff efficiently. So what I'm going to do is build houses here so the people that live in these houses don't have to go very far for work. Now I'm going to just get 2 foresters because you don't need a lot right now. What they do is they cut and as you see here, it cuts trees down and plants new seedlings. It gets you a very good wood supply, and that's how you keep that. Now you see we just had, what is that, 5 people born. Now what you want to do is, with people being born, is as they're being born you want to make new houses later on, because the children will grow into adults and you'll have more adults than children and they can't reproduce properly, so you will run out of people reproducing and your population will slowly drop off, and you don't want that. For some reason we still need 4 builders, and I don't know, is that usually you don't need builders for the road, but okay. It is summer. I want to build a woodcutter real quick. It's in resources. What this does is it cuts the logs into firewood. Now if you don't have firewood, the people start to freeze to death, and that is a very bad thing. And now I need some more builders. You don't have to fill the whole quota, which I don't have to worry about people dying right now. I like to keep a couple laborers in case people die off. Right now, as you see, I have near capacity. So what you do is, you come down to this, there's the barn, the stockpile, the market, and the trading post. We'll get into those two later. But if it starts to get full like this, you just come, and if you find it's easier to find a clear area because you don't have to worry about clearing things out. So for just temporarily, I'm just going to build a pretty large stockpile. The largest is the 10 by 10 right there, and as you can see, it's just immediately a stockpile. You don't have to clear anything for it if it's in a clear area. Now these deer, you can't actually get like the cattle in a pasture. They're pretty much just for decoration. Now what a good food resource that I can do is that I actually forgot about is with the Forester's Lodge and the Gatherer's Hut and everything, you do want a hunting cabin. Now these are really good to have because they gather food. You want them in a dense forest area as well. It's just, they're more efficient that way. Sorry. I accidentally clicked out of the window. As you can see, I need 10 builders now just because I'm trying to build so many things. Oh yeah, it's the houses. I'm trying to build the houses, the wood cutter, trying to build the hunting cabin. So right now, a good tool that I can use is this increased priority tool. I can just come here and say increase that priority because I need the woodcutter more, and I can just, and then they start working on that a lot more than the other things that need to be built. As you can see, they're starting to fill up this. For some reason, they're not picking up that stone. We'll see how much faster now that they're getting the woodcutter done than anything else. Now you see, they're becoming adults and working as laborers. So if you don't stay on top of making children, that's what eventually happens. So we just need one woodcutter, so we can take 2 of those away and put a woodcutter in. And I have the fuel limit 500, which is going to be our firewood. Oh. So after I get these houses built, people are gonna move in and make some babies. So I'm gonna increase the priority on these houses. I don't really need the hunting cabin at the moment. Now you can start off with farms, but the good thing about the hunting cabins and gatherers huts is they also work in the winter. Like, that's the best thing possible that can happen. And during the winter you can't farm. Farms are very efficient though. So I'm going to be building farms probably around this area that is very flat. And I have houses built over there. So at the beginning of the game, the best thing to do is build houses where people are working. See, the reserve firewood is already low, so this guy needs to really start cutting some wood. Now we have the houses built. This is just called micromanaging. It's a pretty useful thing to do. See, as we're already in late winter. So winter passes very easily, but if you don't have everything working at a good pace, it can get very frustrating, and people can die in the first winter very easily. Oops. Whatever. I accidentally increased that priority. Doesn't matter. So, oh, that's sad. The gatherer died of giving birth. Aw. Well, there's another gatherer. That was short-lived. Now, if you don't build a cemetery, when people die, their families could get sad and depressed, and that's not good. So eventually you do want to make a cemetery, but as the state of the game right now, people are not supposed to be dying so often. You don't really have to. Now if we go to the paths, see how they go straight to their workplace? They don't go across town just to get to their workplace. It's very efficient. Same with the woodcutter. Now, dirt roads, dirt and stone make people move faster. That's the reason that people use them. I don't like on easy mode. I hate how this house is here. It always bugs me. Now, fires can get started from houses being right next to each other very easily, but for the sake of space, I am going to do it. So, take out there. Now, for some reason, I can't add an 8th forester. Anyways, it doesn't matter, because I can go and get some hunters now. Now, this is an instance where I can just go, I want 4 hunters instead of 3. So, I'm going to take a couple foresters out and put a couple more hunters. Because hunters are very good for getting leather, and eventually we need a tailor to keep our coats up. I'm actually going to think about building a tailor now. Be very handy before the next winter. I think I want to put it here. If I want to expand the other way, I think I should just put it right here instead. And put a road. Yeah. Where does it end? Right there. So I want to put a road going around here. Put a road like this and there. Now why there is a road there, I have no clue. You can just go to this remove roads tool and do that. Now I'm sorry people, but I'm gonna have to kick you out because these houses bother me so much. I have to just get rid of them. For some reason it won't let me oh, that's remove resources, that's why. Remove structures. So they're going to get kicked out, and as you can see they're homeless, which is not a good thing. So I am going to start building another house right here to take that place. Because being homeless is not a good thing, because when the winter rolls around they don't have any place to, you know, have a fire, so they get cold very easily. And I'm going to increase the priority of both of those. So that starts getting built. Take a couple foresters out, put a couple more builders. As you can see, we reached our limit for firewood, so for right now that's okay. I just like to leave the woodcutter because people take wood out throughout the year. I mean, we could, it depends how our fuel goes. During the winter, if it goes really low, I'm just going to increase the fuel. Okay, so that house is gone, and there's building another house right now. Alright, now everybody has homes again. That's just one of my pet peeves. I mean, you don't have to do that, and it's probably not a good thing to do that in the first place. So I'm going to increase the priority here, because it's autumn and winter's going to roll around very soon. As you can see, the snow is falling on the ground. How long have I been recording? Okay, well, it's at the 19-minute mark, and I would like to make this shorter than 20 minutes, just a little bit. So here's my first video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of my series that I'm going to be doing.